A very good morning to everyone. My name is Aiman from BK28. Today I'm going to talk about wonders of the world. We are going to explore the most amazing building that seems so impossible to build. Without wasting any time, let's go to our first wonder of the world, the Great Wall of China. As the name suggests, this Great Wall located at Beijing, China. What really amazed me is the length of this wall. According to various sources, the wall is about 20 kilometers long and about 6 to 14 meters in height. Wondering why was it built? According to the local guide, the Great Wall was built to prevent Mongolian thieves to loot goods and kill people in China. Okay, let's move on to our next wonder of the world, the Colosseum in Rome. An amazing art of engineering built in the first century by the order of Emperor Vespasian. Ordinary engineers were not capable of building such a mesmerizing structure. That's some talent plus hard work you need there. Some facts about the Colosseum. This masterpiece can hold up to 50,000 spectators, and the Colosseum was built mainly for the gladiator to fight. Last but not least, the Pyramid of Giza. When you talk about wonders of the world, you cannot miss this one. The pyramid is located in Egypt and was built around 4,500 years ago. The Egyptians believe when their kings disease, the kings are expected to be gods in the afterlife, and this massive pyramid are their tomb. Imagine just how powerful the Egyptian king was. They were able to build a pyramid that each block weighed an average of 2.5 to 15 tons. In this age, you need a lorry to carry just one block, and not to mention the height of the pyramid is 147 meters. In other words, people back then are simply amazing, like how they construct a building that even with the technology we have now, it still seems so impossible to build. The intelligent, hardworking, and obedient worker are not something you can find every day. So I'm going to close this out. Thank you for lending your ears. This is Aiman from BK28. Ciao.
Good morning, I bid to Madam Betty and my fellow friend. My name is Akmal Shafiq bin Asnan Solong from BK28. Today, I will be talking about astonishing place to visit. There are so many amazing places around the world to visit, but we could not possibly include them all in just one list. However, these breathtaking destinations are definitely worth bumping to the top of your travel bucket list. If you are looking for a place to relax at the beach, get off the grid or explore the city, I recommended you to visit Zhangyi dan Xia Geopark. It is located in Sunan and Linzhe counties within the prefecture-level city of Zhangyi in Gansu, China. It covers an area of 322 square kilometers. The site became a quasi-national geopark on 23 April 2012. After it has passed on-site acceptance test, it was formally designated as Zaki National Geopark by the Ministry of Land and Resources on 16 June 2016. Known for its colorful rock formation, it has been rated by the Chinese media outlet as one of the most beautiful landforms in China. It was also designated by the UNESCO World Heritage Site on 2009 and become a destination for many Chinese and international tourists. Geology lover and avid Instagrammer alike will be drawn to the otherworldly hues of the Rainbow Mountain. The color were formed by the layering of sedimentary mineral deposit over millions of years. It is hard to look at the flowing red, yellow, and orange and not feel like you are witnessing magic. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Eldora. In this video, a topic that I would like to talk about is called fascinating cities. As we all know, humans adore cities midway between chaos and boringness. In order to be called a beautiful cities, streets need to be full of people and activity. Other than that, the key to making city attractive is to make it local. Which is to say, cities should embrace the unique characters of place and avoid sameness. As an example, New York City high ranking attribute to its diversity and culture, as well as its world-class restaurant and art scene, with 91% of those with 91% of those surveyed agreeing that there always something to see or do in that city that never sleeps. Moreover, Melbourne, which came in second place, score most highly when it comes to happiness, creativity, eating, and live music. Lastly is Tokyo, Japan. Tokyo is helpful in a place of so many to explore and discover at all hours at night. Japan is also famous because of their food and their tradition, because me personally really love their culture and food, and also their beautiful city's view at night. So here is an example of a picture of their traditional clothes. Yeah, it's really unique and beautiful. I really love it. And here's the picture of their traditional food. Yes, it's called sushi, and this is my favorite. I really love it. Lastly is their beautiful view cities at night. See, take a look closer. It is really beautiful. The vibe, yes. So that is for today. In a nutshell, every city have their own vibe and their own uniqueness that make the cities called fascinating. Yeah. Thank you. Bye bye.
A very good morning to all my fellow friends and Madam Betty. My name is Alan Jr. and I'm from BK28. Today, I'm going to give a talk and the title is Peculiar Flowers. There's a lot of flowers in this world that have a beautiful color and shape that can make people fall in love, like rose, sunflower, and more. But there are also flowers that have a unique shape than other flowers, and it is known as the peculiar flowers. Peculiar flowers is flowers that have a unique and rare shape than other flowers, and because of that, peculiar flowers look interesting to do some research on it. So, I would like to represent one of the peculiar flowers in this world. Monkey orchid is one of the peculiar flowers in this world. The scientific name of this monkey orchid is Dracula simia. It is known as monkey orchid because of its long tail, reddish-brown flowers, and has a pair of dot eyes that look like a monkey. Besides the adorable look of this monkey orchid, these monkey orchids are also quite fragrant. It smells like oranges. This plant can grow at elevation 1,000 to 2,000 feet above the sea level and usually found in the forests of southeastern Ecuador and Peru. Next, another peculiar flower is hooker's lips. It is scientifically known as Psychotria elata. This flower located in Costa Rica, Ecuador, and South American countries. It is known as hooker lips because it looks like luscious lips. The gorgeous and distinctive shape of this plant can attract the hummingbirds and butterflies. One of the facts about this plant is people in Central America give this flower to their family or friends to show their love to them. As a conclusion, this rare plant species need a special care and protection so the next generation can see and learn about it. I think that's all from me for this talk today. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Amir bin Jabir from BK28. Today, I'm going to tell you a talk I have chosen from web title Astonishing Places to Visit. As we know, in this world, there are many very beautiful places that can attract tourists, but not only such places become tourist attraction, but astonishing and strange places also have their own tourists. After doing some research on the internet, I found that there are many astonishing popular places in the world that also surprise myself. Among the places are the Great Blue Hole in Belarus. Why I say this place is astonishing? Because there is a very large hole in the middle of the ocean. It can be very scary because we don't know what creatures live in that very dark hole. Although this place is very strange, but it is an attraction for divers and can attract many divers each year. After doing research on the internet about this place, I came across an article that tells the experience of diving there, and they say you will have to logged more than 24 divers entered it though, due to dexterity needed to navigate the dark cave of water. Other than that, one of the most astonishing places to visit is likely here in Australia. I found this place is so unique because, as we know, all lake in the entire world is blue, but this lake is what the color pink. Lake Helia, also known as Pink Lake, is a curiously colored blue body of water on Middle Island, the largest of the island that constitute as archipelago of the coast of experienced Western Australia. The 19,000-foot long they bordered the Southern Ocean, separated by a short strip of sand dunes lightly covered by vegetation, and while the exact reason for its being shed because to flummox many, there is strong notion that it comes from a dye created by bacteria inhabited its salt crust. The water, although safe to swim in, contains salt comparable to those of the Dead Sea, which make it easy to float in, so take a dip if you are feeling brave. Okay, for the conclusion, not only beautiful and interesting place has its advantage, but this astonishing and unique place also has its own advantage. It also teaches us not to judge from the level of apprehension and religion, but to judge from their attitude. I also hope that this pandemic ends soon so that I have chance to travel to those places, because traveling is my passion. That's all from me. Thanks to those who are willing to listen to my talk, though it's not interesting as my other friend.
Good morning to Madam Betty and all my teachers. Today I'm going to deliver a talk entitled Fascinating Cities. In every country, there's a city that attracts people's attention. One of the most fascinating cities is the Budapest, or known as Paris, that is the capital of Hungary. It's have roots but that people can experience 16th century baths or take a dip at the ornate Art Nouveau Galeries. Other than that, Amsterdam, Netherlands is famous Central Canal, rightly dubbed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2010. Add to that, swaths of green spaces, storied red brick facades, and museums filled with Van Gogh painting. The destinations above are all fascinating and unique on way. There are no two places alike after all. All you have to do is choose a few and enjoy your experience. That's all. Thank you.
Good morning. Today I am going to talk about the uniqueness of Indian wedding tradition. Indian wedding is always known to be magnificent and fun. Planning an Indian wedding takes a lot of work to plan one because it involves many tradition events leading up to the wedding. First, the engagement. This serves as an agreement between the families of said bride and groom. The wedding ritual begins 15 days before the wedding with Barney Ben Juana, where a piece of thread called molly is tied to the hands of bride and grooms. It is for the parents bless them and ask for a safe wedding day. Next, the Indian wedding has 3 separate events, which is Sangeet, Mehndi and Haldi. The Sangeet party consists of families of the bride and groom getting together for song and dance. Meanwhile, the Mehndi ceremony takes place just one day before the actual wedding. Only women attend this event, in which intricate patterns are drawn on their hands and feet with mehndi, also known as henna. The design signifies a deep bond between the husband and wife. Another ceremony is haldi ceremony, also known as piti ceremony. Turmeric, oil, and water are applied to both the bride and groom by married women because the mixture is believed to bless the couple before the wedding. As a closure, there are more information about the uniqueness of Indian wedding tradition, but I think that is all from me. Thank you.
Hi everyone. Today I would like to give a talk on the topic that I have chosen, which is astonishing places to visit, with the title The Most Breathtaking Places in Asia. This world is full of beautiful places that most of us don't even know about. From breathtaking waterfalls and jaw-dropping natural wonders to mysterious lost cities and quaint landmarks. For a start, I would like to suggest Bali, Indonesia. In Bali, they have lots of places that we can visit. One example is Seminyak. This place is known as Bali's most sophisticated and upscale beach resort area, where the top draws are its beautiful beaches and chill-out vibes. Another suggestion is Hiroshima, Japan. This is because it is a remarkable city that stands testament not only to the first-hand horror of a nuclear attack, but also to that of resilience and hope. It is the one place in the world where you can see both the extremely destructive and creative capacity of humanity. In short, Asian countries have many beautiful places, with not only the looks that shape the beauty of the place, but also the story or history behind the place, and that is why we must visit them. And I am very sure you will love it after visiting such places. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hello, good morning. My name is Eri Jaimun and I'm from BK28. Today, I would like to talk about incredible buildings. The first buildings that I choose is Petronas Twin Towers. Petronas Twin Towers are located in Jalan Ampang, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. This tower was standing at 451.9 meters tall. Petronas Twin Tower became an iconic landmark in Kuala Lumpur and once held the tallest building in the world between 1998 until 2004. The design is by architect Cesar Pelli and Ahmad Murdijat, engineer DJ Cherico, and designer Dominic Saibo. They were designed based on Islamic geometric forms of two interlocking squares and creating 8 pointed star shape. The second building is Gardens by the Bay. Gardens by the Bay were conservatories of glass and steel. This building was located in Marina Bay District. Gardens by the Bay was named the 2012 Buildings of the Year by the Year Architecture Festival, and this is replicate distinct climates. This building allowing for diverse attraction like a flower meadow and the misty mountains forest. The visitors can cairns, stroll and elevated walkway connecting the super trees. Gardens by the Bay fit with photovoltaic cells to harness solar energy. In conclusion, many unique buildings have been built around the world using creative techniques and ideas as well as using very high technology. Thank you.
A very good everyone. Today's topic I would like to talk about astonishing place to visit. This world is very vast and full of various of unique, beautiful and mysterious places. And there are several astonishing places that I want to point out in this topic. The first astonishing place that I would like to point out is the Forbidden City. This city is located in Beijing, China. This city was once served as home for Chinese emperor and their household, and it also served for ceremonial and political center for Chinese government for about 5 centuries. And nowadays, this city has been under charge by the Museum Palace and has been declared for World Heritage Site. The next place is Japan in cherry blossom season. You can visit this place at Tokyo City and Kyoto City, where all the cherry blossom are known as sakura, blooming throughout the city. The citizens will also help cherry blossom festival, or known as Hanami, during the season. And the last astonishing place that I want to point out is Pamukkale. Pamukkale is located in the inner of the Aegean region, Turkey. This place has a very temperate climate for most of the year, and this place is famous because of the carbonate mineral left by the flowing thermal spring. So this is the best place to experience the benefit of thermal spring. In conclusion, there are still many astonishing places that are yet to be discovered. Thus, we as a human being should appreciate this gift.
Assalamualaikum and good morning. Today I am going to be speaking to you about extraordinary human abilities. There is no doubt that human beings are incredible creatures. Some people have special abilities that most of people don't have. This might be due to their descendants or what we call inheritance. One of their parents maybe have some special abilities and they accidentally receive the powers. Some people may have diseases when they were babies and turn them into extraordinary abilities. As evidence, there are people who suffered from connective tissue mutations. It is a disease that makes their skin extra stretchy. They can eat as many as they want since their stomach will stretch further without tripping. Well, it is not actually a healthy life. We must control our food intake. So, these are the examples of extraordinary human abilities. First of all, based on my research, I found that few people have the ability to calculate using their minds. Basically, no calculator needed. They can add, subtract, multiply, and divide large numbers without using any electronic devices. If talking about our own country, there is one human calculator called Yashwin Sarawanan. In 2019, the 15-year-old boy appeared on Asia Got Talent. He blew everyone's mind with his mathematical abilities, and that earned him second place in the third season of Asian Got Talent. Next, there is an ability where they cannot feel physical pain called congenital insensitivity to pain, or CIP. This is made caused by the increased production of endorphins in the brain. CIP is found at an abnormally high frequency in a village at northern Sweden where nearly 40 cases have been reported. Finally, there's another extraordinary ability called Highly Superior Autobiographical Memory, HSAM, which is unlimited memory capacity. Let's take an example of this one woman called Rebecca Sherrill who can remember everything. She can describe exactly what happened in the past, even though it happened many years ago. When she was 15, she was diagnosed with autism. A year later, she was told that she had obsessive-compulsive disorder. And then, Rebecca and her parents saw a segment on a TV about HSAM. Her mother recognized it in her instantly. From a very young age, she would talk to her mother about things that had happened years ago specifically. In conclusion, it must be good to have special abilities, but it doesn't apply to most of people in this world. Each people have their own talents and abilities. Even if it's just a common one, just be grateful for what we have now. That is all from me. Thank you for actually listening and paying attention to my video. Bye!
Very good morning, I bid to my Muet teacher, Madam Betty. My name is Astipa Hamza from BK28. Today, I am going to talk about fascinating cities around the world. I decided to choose this topic because during the MCO, we cannot travel and visit other countries. So, this speech can be used as a reference for us to choose which city do you want to visit in the future. There's a lot of fascinating cities, but I am going to tell you which cities is deemed to be the best. The first place that catch my attention is London, the city of England. This city was draw close to 18.89 billion people in 2020, which make it the most visited city in the world. It is not surprising because it has so much to offer, such as incredible art scene, delicious foods, history, green space, and more. Even during the pandemic, we still can enjoy the quality of outdoors activities. With this offer, the visitor won't get bored. Although it might be one of the most expensive cities, there are still numerous things to do if you don't have a budget, because most of the museums are free to visit. Second is Paris, the city of France. Known as City of Light and City of Love, the streets of Paris overflow with their own specialties. As we know, Paris will be the capital gears up for 2024 Olympics. Because of this, they have been improving the infrastructure and adding 24 new hotels in 2019. Other than that, the city was famous for its world-class art, shopping, amazing view, delicious local food, skyscraper which is Eiffel Tower, and more. We may spend more money there, but we also can try activity which is budget-friendly, such as strolling around the streets. As a conclusion, there are many fascinating cities in the world that we can visit. However, we still have to remember that COVID-19 is always around us. We should keep our distance from others, sanitize our hands regularly, and wear a double mask when we are outside. Also, we have to make sure that we are free from COVID-19 before we visit any country. That's all from me, thank you.
Hi, my name is Azikra and Corinne. Good evening to Madam Betty. Today I'm going to talk about dream vacation. Each of us wishes to enjoy the leisure time with their loved ones at the most desired heavenly place, and that is something we look forward in all our life. This dream vacation will describe on some of my wishes for dreams destination, as I love to have an adventure in my life, so my desired dream destination will be full of adventure stories destination. A dream place is to feel the attention of knowing about the people, place, and the things that particularly there. My dream vacation is Japan, which is a unique country with an amazing modern technology, but at the same time it having a different cultures, language, traditions, and habit of living life as well. The second of my dream place is Malaysia. Malaysia has diversity in landscapes, culture, and activities. Although small when viewed on a world map, the wealth of this country in other aspects cannot be calculated. One of them is the availability of historical places to explore, full of unique and varied food, and cultural uniqueness and racial diversity, living in an atmosphere of peace and harmony, and mutual respect for the cultures and belief of other races. As a conclusion, from now, create your own dream vacation, because the world is full of magic things, patiently waiting for our sense to grow sharper. Thank you for me. See you next time.
Good morning. The topic I would like to talk about today is Wonders of the World. The original list comes from a work by a Philo of Byzantium, written in 225 BC, called on the 7 wonders of the world, such as the Hanging Garden of Babylon. However, all the wonders from the list might not exist anymore on these days. In 2007, UNESCO World Heritage Sites made a new 7 wonders of the world that have been voted by 10 billions of people. Great Wall of China was made into one of the new 7 wonders of the world. Historically, the Great Wall of China was built to fortify China's northern border. The Great Wall has been the site of multiple battles and skirmishes between the Chinese and various people across history, including the Mongols during the Ming Dynasty. The total length of all sections of the Great Wall of China ever built adds up about 21,196 kilometers. These great walls have existed for almost 3,000 years old. Next, Taj Mahal also made into the list of new 7 wonders of the world. Taj Mahal was made by the Emperor Shah Jahan as a memory of her wife Mumtaz Mahal, who died on childbirth in 1631. The heartbroken emperor devoted years and a considerable fortune to constructing a tomb worthy of his great love. There are other new 7 wonders of the world, such as Petra in Jordan, the Colosseum in Rome of Italy, Christ the Redeemer statue in Brazil, Chichen Itza in Mexico, and Machu Picchu in Peru. The amazing work of art and architecture, known as the 7 wonders of the world, serve as a testament to the ingenuity, imagination, and sheer hard work of which human beings are capable. They are also, however, reminders of the human capacity, disagreement, destruction, and possibly.
Good morning to everyone. The topic that I would like to talk today is about astonishing places to visit. It is true that there are many places to visit around the world, but this time I only talk best place to visit in Malaysia. Malaysia is very well known by their food and multicultural, thus making Malaysia have many great places to stop by. The first great place to visit in Malaysia is Kinabatangan River, which is located in the rainforest of Sabah. Kinabatangan River is one of the most incredible natural tourist attraction in Malaysia. This is because the places are protected from trade by poachers and deforestation, making the rivers from a vital habitat for rare and endangered creatures, and also known as the corridor of life. During the trip on Kinabatangan River, you can take cruise in the river or stay in the forest, and you will face to face with many creatures from orangutans, pre-bosquis monkeys to saltwater crocodiles. The next place is Georgetown, located in Penang. Georgetown is famous for its architecture and food because it offers the best food in Asia, like Siam Road Char Kway Teow. It is true that Georgetown port and waterfront area is tourist favorite, but you must also visit the city's tallest skyscraper, which is Rainbow Skywalk, and outdoor glass viewing platform set to 68 floors in the air. At night, you might consider to take the tram for a view up to the top of Penang Hill because the cityscape is beautiful at night. That's it from me, thank you.
Good morning to teacher and my fellow friends. Today I will talk about the civil servant. Civil servant lead and managed by government of their respective country. In Malaysia, the government control or arrange the public sectors. Examples: education sector and health sector. In education sector, got teacher and lecturer, while in the health sector, got doctor and nurse. They have a lot of advantages if you get involved in civil servants. First, the salary of your income per month are stable. You do not need to worry about your economic condition because you have fixed income. Besides that, you also can buy anything you want referenced by your salary. For the examples, almost all of the civil servants today can buy the expensive stuff with their own money, like house and car. The person who work under government has problems related to their own financial matters. Furthermore, civil servants also get the pensions after they retired. This is normal norm for who work in the civil servants. They do not need to worry about their resources after finish their service because they get the pensions. For example, civil servants in Malaysia get their retired if their age reach 50 until 60 years old. Then they can get the pensions, and also they can use the pensions income to support their life expenses. Lastly, they have a chance to get the others advantages provided by the government. For the examples, bonus position and career prospects. Every year end, government staff will get the bonus for encourage them to be more focused on carrying out responsibilities. Besides that, their status as employees is secure. Example, teacher keep working even the pandemic COVID-19 hit the whole world. For the last, they have a chance to rise in the rank. Example from the discipline teacher become a principal. In conclusion, they have a lot of benefits if you get involved in government servants. For they who get involved in government servants can fix their financials better. They also can buy whatever they want based on their salary. This is the best and interesting thing for me. Thank you.
Greetings, my name is Muhammad Safwan. I would like to talk about scrumptious foods around the world. To begin with, nasi lemak. Nasi lemak is originated from Malaysia. The nasi is made from rice that cook with coconut milk, red onions, ginger, and pandan leaf. Meanwhile, the most important is the sambal. Generally, the sambal is made from Holland onion, red onion, chili paste, and other ingredients like salt, and sugar. Malaysian people really like nasi lemak because it is a traditional food, sells at a cheap price, and it goes with Malaysian taste. The best way to eat nasi lemak is during breakfast and lunch. Next is sushi. The origin of sushi is from Japan. Sushi is a traditional Japanese dish of prepared vinegared rice, usually with some sugar and salt, accompanied by a variety of ingredients such as squid, eel, yellowtail, salmon, tuna, or imitation crab meat. Many types of sushi are vegetarian. It is often served with pickled ginger, wasabi, and soy sauce. The Japanese people usually eat sushi on their lunchtime, after work, and holding a party with their family. Some of the sushi are pricey and some of it are cheap according to what kind of sushi that customers demand. Last but not least, mac and cheese. Mac and cheese stands for macaroni and cheese, which is originated from United States. It is a dish of cooked macaroni pasta and cheese sauce, most commonly cheddar. It can also incorporate with other foods such as breadcrumbs, sausages, and meats. The cook method usually starts with boiling the macaroni first. Then, prepare a cheese sauce, which is then added to the boiled macaroni. In United States, people often treat themselves mac and cheese as their comfort food. In conclusion, there is a lot of scrumptious foods around the world. For me, I enjoy eating food. If there is a chance for me to travel around the world, I will gladly accept it, and I will try different kind of foods around the world. Thank you.
Hi, and very good morning to all my friends. Today, I would like to talk about extraordinary human abilities. Inside all of us, we have remarkable abilities to resist extreme weather and to endure extreme physical stress. These superpowers are really what we call human powers, and they can be developed and learned. Here are 3 examples of the superpowers that have been found around the world. First, this man can fly or shoot a laser beam out of his eyes, but he can beat everyone in every marathon, leaving them with tears in their eyes. Behold, the one known as the man with infinite endurance. He, the one who have transcended beyond his limits and possibly every other race limits, Dian Karnazes. Next, there is one man that are blessed with super recognizes. His name is Idris Bada, that also being called as Idris the Jailer. With 2 meters tall, Idris can easily recognize the criminal face from CCTV to help police to track and catch the criminal. his talents went unnoticed until 2010, when Chief Inspector Mike started keeping track of the number of people that officer had identified from CCTV images. There are also people who not scared of anything. The woman named Selena Moana is among the human that none elected a hint of fear. For example, when she goes to exotic pet store, she bravely approached a terrarium of snakes and reached in to hold one. She also liked to pet a tarantula just to know how it felt to be a worker at the store. In conclusion, everyone in this world have their own special abilities that also can help other people. We must be grateful because we have the special abilities even though it's not same as other. What is important is we use the abilities in a right way. That's all. Thank you.
A very good morning to all my friends and teacher. The topic I have chosen is about an interesting occupation. In my opinion, being a video game tester is one of the most interesting occupations around the world. This is because the job is about testing new games and offer proposals on how to improve user experience and functionality of the games. Another opinion about interesting occupation is being a volcanologist. Is it because this job offers an opportunity to work with universities in research and teaching as well? You will have to travel across the world to study dormant, active, and extinct volcanoes. As a consequence, there are many various types of interesting occupations around the world. I would like to conclude by saying that being a video game tester and a volcanologist are the example of interesting occupations around the world. Thank you very much.
Good morning, madam. Today I will talk about fascinating cities in the world. As we know that during this MCO, we are restricted to visit any of the cities around the world, and here I'm to share about the most exciting city that we could visit later when the world is healing, which is Edinburgh. Edinburgh is a city that located in Scotland, and it's also a capital city of Scotland. It is one of the interesting and fascinating cities of Scotland. The city is popular with the beloved green hills and fascinating history. Edinburgh looks great in all seasons, aside from its beautiful Gothic buildings, cobblestone, Royal Mile, and 12th century castle keeping watch on a hilltop. It also happened to have an extinct volcano within its parameters. Not only that, we also can visit Ljubljana city state located in Slovenia. This city captured my attention where it is a city is a real-life fairy tale setting, calm sunshine or snow flurries. Visit during December to see the Baroque architecture surrounded by Christmas light or dodge the crowd and book a trip after the holidays. When you all have tons of room to stroll the pedestrian only or town and sip coffee by the riverside cafe, you can also add Lake Bled and the Chilean Alps to your itinerary, as Ljubljana makes the perfect base for Slovenian day trips. In conclusion, there is a lot of cities that full with history and become more fascinating for us to visit when the MCO is already over. These two cities really capture my attention, and it becomes one of my bucket list of cities that must be visited for me one day. That's all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and good morning to my math lecturer and my fellow classmates. I am very honored to be given this opportunity to give a talk on this wonderful day. The title of my talk is Wonders of the World. You must be wondering, what is Wonders of the World? Wonders of the World is the impressive monuments created in the ancient world that were regarded with awe. There is a lot of wonders of the world that have been created, but for now, I will be talking about Machu Picchu and the Great Pyramid of Giza. Machu Picchu, meaning in Quechua language, is an old mountain. It was located in the eastern cordillera of southern Peru on a 2,430-meter mountain ridge. Machu Picchu is believed to have been a royal estate or sacred religious site for Inca leaders whose civilization was virtually wiped out by Spanish invaders in the 16th century. Machu Picchu was only known locally until American archaeologist Hiram Bingham rediscovered the site in 1911. The site stretches over an impressive 5-mile distance, featuring more than 3,000 stone steps that link it to many different levels. Interesting fact of Machu Picchu is, although many of the stones that were used to build the city were more than 50 pounds, it is believed that no wheels were used to transport these rocks up the mountain. Rather, it is thought that hundreds of men pushed the heavy rocks up the steep mountainside. Then next, let us talk about Great Pyramid of Giza. The Great Pyramid of Giza is a defining symbol of Egypt and the last of the ancient 7 wonders of the world. It is located on the Giza Plateau near the modern city of Cairo and was built over a 20-year period during the reign of the King Khufu of the 4th dynasty. It was built to honor some pharaohs of the 4th dynasty of Egypt during a period known as the Old Kingdom. Before Eiffel Tower, the Great Pyramid was the tallest structure made by human hands in the world. The pyramid rises to a height of 479 feet with a base of 754 feet and is comprised of over 2 million blocks of stone. Interesting fact of the Great Pyramid of Giza is that the Great Pyramid was reported to have a swivel door weighing up 20 tons that can be easily pushed open by the inside, but it was hard to detect from the exterior. In conclusion, we need to appreciate all these wonders of the world because it is not easy to build all these impressive monuments.
Assalamualaikum and good morning to my Muat lecturer and my fellow classmates. It gives me great honor to stand here and give a talk about unique wedding traditions. Before I begin the talk, I would like to ask you what comes first to your mind when you think about weddings. Are you thinking of the stunning bride? The dad leading his daughter down the aisle? Or maybe a profusely sweating groom? Weddings are all about tradition. If you ever have traveled the globe, you will find some bizarre wedding tradition. So now, I will be talking about Africa and Scotland wedding tradition that had got my attention. To most people around the world, spitting to someone is not only uncultured but also very offensive. Surprisingly, not for the Maasai people. The Maasai are a nomadic group of people resident in Kenya and northern Tanzania in eastern Africa. For the Maasai, spitting is a sheer sign of respect. This act is done either to greet one another, agree to a deal, or to just simply wish someone good luck. Spitting is also a common practice during the Maasai wedding. On the wedding day, the bride head will be shaved and lamb fat and oil will be applied on her head. Then the father of the bride will bless her by spitting on her forehead and breast. Then let us move on to northwestern part of Europe, which is Scotland. In Scotland, beckoning is a traditional wedding ceremony that is performed on to be bride weeks before a wedding day. The reason for this custom is believed to be as a way of warning the couple of the impending challenges that come with marriage. In areas where the ritual is done mainly on the bride, she is told not to expect a marriage to be a bed of roses, rather expect having dirt thrown at her. They would throw disgusting things like dead fish, rotten eggs, and soured milk. Afterward, they would either parade the blackening bread to the community or tie it to a tree for a couple hours. Even though this custom is done mainly on the brides in the rural part of Scotland, it is also done on both couples in some part as a fun ritual where the families of the couple playfully chase them around with disgusting things which they dump on the soon-to-be husband and wife. In conclusion, although every country, culture, and traditions is different, we all still tie the knot in a very unique way that makes the day more memorable and enjoyable. Fulfilling tradition may be hard, but at the end of the day, it will be all worth it.
Hi and a very good morning to Tisha Betty and my fellow friends. My name is Nurul Hazieyanna and today I'll be giving a talk about scrumptious food around the world. Everyone has their own taste and their own scrumptious food according to their tastes. So, there are many different types of scrumptious food and it can be found all over the world with its own unique according to place. As we know, each country has its own unique and very appetizing foods or traditional foods and it can become one of the country's specialties. For example, our country Malaysia also has a variety of scrumptious food and it is with their own unique that can make many people like it only on their first try. Then, the pride of our country of course nasi lemak, which is rich in flavor, and the addition of various side dishes to nasi lemak completes the dish and make it both interesting to try and delicious at the same time. Then, we move on to another country's scrumptious food, macarons, which originated in France. Macarons should be slightly crunchy on the outside and a bit soft and chewy on the inside. The basic sweetness that is not too overpowering and slight nuttiness from the almond flour make this combination results in a very tasty dessert. And it is suitable for people of all ages. Finally, there are various types of scrumptious food and it can be found all over the world and all food are delicious but only according to an individual's taste. So, in conclusions, all foods are scrumptious food and it is a great pleasure for us to taste it nowadays. I think that is all from me. Thank you very much.
A very good morning to Teacher Betty and my beloved friends. My name is Nurul Hazieyanna and today I will give a talk about astonishing places to visit. As we all know, there are many nice places around the world that has their own attraction. They are scattered across the country. Every place has its own distinct features. Some places have peaceful view, historical buildings, and place of religious. In addition, every person have their own tastes and choices. One of the most peaceful places that I have known is Maldives. With the beauty of the island, you can refresh your mind and soul. What makes this interesting is each island at Maldives surrounded by a lagoon of shallow water. It is the clearest water you will ever see. Next, historical building. As we all know, Cambodia is synonymous with Angkor Wat, which is the largest religious monument on the planet. The temple walls are decorated with thousands of storytelling bas-relief. Angkor Wat is a must-see for any Cambodia tour. You will always remember the feeling of excited during visit the temple. Last but not least, a place of religious. Mecca is one of the famous places of religious in this world. Majority people around the world know about this place. Mecca considered the spiritual center of Islam because it was there Prophet Muhammad was received his first revelation. In conclusion, there are many places more in this world, but I suggest if you want a peaceful place, historical building and religious place, you can visit the Maldives, Angkor Wat in Cambodia and Mecca. That's all from me. Thank you.
Good morning to my fellow friends and Madam Betty. My name is Nuurshafazreen binti Mali from BK28. Today, I want to talk about scrumptious foods around the world. What people eat for breakfast every day has always been a mystery. In Spain or Portugal, the most important meal of the day begins with flaky pastry toasted in sugar, accompanied by a cup of coffee. Meanwhile, in Asian countries like Malaysia and Philippines, a traditional breakfast is incomplete without a heap of rice on the table. So, I will show you what type of breakfast around the world. First, steamed rice and miso soup, Japan. Japan's traditional breakfasts look very different from most breakfast meals around the world. While it might be look strikingly similar to a dinner catering, this setup is really meant to be healthy and light. Moreover, it consists of grilled fish, plain steamed rice, miso soup, green salad, and various sides of dishes such as nori and sukimono. Next, nasi lemak Malaysia. Nasi lemak considered the national dish of Malaysia. It consists of rice cooked in coconut milk, anchovies, slice of cucumber, peanut, fried egg, and sweet spicy sambal. Meanwhile, the pandan leaf lend an equally fragrant aroma to this plate. If the morning is truly the time of the day to eat like a king, then you will know better place to enjoy breakfast around the world than Malaysia. In conclusion, breakfasts around the world are unique in their own ways due to culture, traditions, agriculture, and environmental factors. That's all for me, and thank you.
A very good morning, I bid to our Muet teacher, Madam Betty. My name is Pirhamna Haibe from BK28. As the topic that I have chosen, I will be talking about wonders of the world. Our world is filled with the most unique structures that are both man-made and natural. Some of the man-made creations include churches, tombs, temples, monuments, mosques, buildings, and even cities. These structures have withstood the test of time, and they continue to leave many awestruck with their brilliance. There are many in the world, but only two that I'm going to tell which are deemed to be the best. As chosen by the New Seven Wonders Foundation, one of the wonders of the world is Christ the Redeemer. What is Christ the Redeemer? Christ the Redeemer is a very well-known work of art in Brazil. It is an Art Deco statue of Jesus Christ. It was created by French sculptor Paul Lewandowski and built by Brazilian engineer Heitor da Silva Costa in collaboration with French engineer Albert Caquot. Romanian sculptor George Leonida fashioned the face. Made of reinforced concrete and soapstone, it weighs 635 metric tons and is located at the peak of the 700-meter Corcovado mountain in the Tijuca Forest National Park overlooking the city of Rio de Janeiro. Construction began in 1922 and it was completed in 1931. It takes such a long time, right? Second, the Great Wall of China. As the name suggests, it is located in China, and the Great Wall is the collective name given to a series of fortification systems built across the borders of the country. What is the purpose of the Great Wall? The purpose of the Great Wall was to protect as well as mark the territories of the Chinese states and empires. Several of the walls were found to have been built as early as the 7th century BC, but the most well-known sections were built by the Ming Dynasty. An archaeological survey found that the entire wall, with all of its branches, measures out to be 21,196 kilometers. It was designated as an UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1987 and attracts many visitors every year. So as we can see, there's a lot of wonders in this world. As a human being, we need to appreciate the world and it contains. Even if it's not titled as the wonders of the world, we still need to appreciate everything in this world because all of these are just a temporary loan from God. That's all from me. Thank you.
Good morning to teacher and my fellow friends. The topic that I will talk about today is unique wedding traditions around the world. As you all know, wedding is a ceremony or union recognized by law that is shared by many cultures, and tradition is a globally known concept where each culture has its own unique customs and traditions. First, following some South Korean wedding traditions, I found out that grooms are subjected to a certain ritual before they can live with a new wife. The ritual that I will do is the beating of their feet. His groomsmen or family members will remove the groom's shoes and bind his ankles with rope before taking turns to beat his feet with a stick or in some cases a dried fish. This is meant as a test of the newly wedded husband's strength and character. Secondly, the wedding traditions that I find romantic and unique is in German. A couple's strength will be tested while still wearing the wedding attire. German newlyweds sometimes saw a lock in half while all their guests watch on in a tradition known as Baumstammsäge. Given a two-person saw, the tradition is meant to symbolize how the couple will work together as they face obstacles in their marriage. Lastly, the wedding traditions I find most beautiful is in India. They will skip the jewelry and get a mehndi. Rather than wearing head jewelry, in India, it's traditional for the bride to spend hours getting mehndi paint made from henna, intricately painted on her. While it requires a lot of patience, the results are a beautiful work of art that lasts roughly 2 weeks on the skin. Mehndi is painted onto the bride for its medical properties. It's meant to help to calm the bride while dealing with the stress of the wedding day. In conclusion, all cultures have different ways of coming together as a family or bringing two families together in a ceremony to keep the people of the world keep coming in all aspects of human nature. They bring tears to the eye or they make you so happy you cannot stand yourself. Weddings are beautiful no matter what culture they are. Thank you.